Hello there and welcome to Tech Explained. This is where we talk about tech words and really go ahead and explain them in really simple ways. So, just a disclaimer. This video series aims to create a basic understanding of a concept in the most generalist way. Your experience may differ from that of which has been described in the video, and that is perfectly okay. So the word that we're going to be looking at today is stakeholder. And the first thing that comes to mind may be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that really isn't what we're going to be covering today. So what do we mean by stakeholder? You may have come across the word stakeholder in a few different sentences or conversations. This could include, let's invite all the stakeholders to that meeting, or are they a stakeholder, or have we included all of the stakeholders? As we saw in the previous section, stakeholders are not literal stakeholders. Stakeholders can be described as an individual with a vested interest and influence in the thing that you are doing. So a stakeholder is a person, and the real kind of importance of a stakeholder is that when you are looking to initiate change or do something, that could be run a project or try to really kind of create something new, essentially change from what is present or current now, a stakeholder takes a very central place because they are going to be able to really have influence, and they also normally have an interest in what you're doing because you're trying to traditionally improve the current state. Now, stakeholders are very important because a project or an initiative is definitely not successful just because of one person. And to initiate some kind of change from what is current, really what you need to do is you do need to get support in different areas. They can be direct areas or indirect areas. But really the core principle here is that people offer alternative perspectives and concerns which really you may not actually have that insight yourself, and it may be outside of your view. And that's not a bad thing. It's very important to understand that people hold different experiences and also different ways that they do things and different views. And so it's really, really important to bring as many stakeholders as possible into the kind of decision-making process. Obviously, don't go crazy with it. It's more about the diversity of those stakeholders and the influence that they have, really in relation to what you're trying to do. So it's about taking a step back, thinking what you're trying to influence, do what's your project or initiative, and then think about who can influence that. So in relation to the action from this video on stakeholders, identify stakeholders in your current projects. You're going to be doing something in your organization right now. Go ahead and take a look at really who could be influential. Now you can start out kind of closer to you in relation to your own team and then work your way further away in different departments, in different areas. That could be different geographies as well, and it even could be different companies. Now, you can also even look at this in kind of more outside of work, outside of your organization as well. You may be part of other communities. Go ahead and do the same thing as well, because again, it's the principle that you're trying to do something or initiate some change. Stakeholders are really important to get on board.